accusation about Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager. Right. And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, the statement is something you can tell it's written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this. And that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like your publicist wouldn't say those things.
Okay, everyone. To put it another way, Jay-Z has been doing everything but undergoing a straightforward DNA test. If you are not the father, it is very simple to rectify with a mouth swab. Rymir Satterthwaite, however, has consistently insisted that Jay-Z is his biological father. He has filed numerous cases and appeared in court, but his story has remained unchanged. Jay has been silent while only lawyers have spoken, and there has been no test or statement. Now that 50 Cent has gotten involved, the conversation gets heated. You already know that 50 is never involved for the sake of sipping tea. He is reportedly currently providing Rymir with legal assistance. It's true that 50 Cent supports this paternity battle. Let's take a look back at this issue, which Jay has been ignoring for more than 10 years, before discussing what he is currently working on. And after you've described every detail, suspicion does indeed start to grow.
So much in running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who would have been older.
Because Jay-Z's legal team apparently began to play hardball rather than accept the test and clear his name. In general, they made it as difficult as possible for Rymir to be heard at all, including by denying jurisdiction, sealing papers, and resisting in court. They even asserted at one point that the courts in Rymir's home state of New Jersey were not authorized to put Jay-Z through a test. As in, really? Is a billionaire using legal loopholes to avoid a DNA test? It was offensive to a number of people. At this point, it begins to feel more like a cover-up than a personal issue. Rymir's mother, Wanda, provided medical records, old documents, and sworn affirmations. Even a man who later denied ever being Rymir's father was recorded on his birth certificate. As a result, that name was taken off. As a result, Jay-Z was able to cut the chat short and at least take the test. However, there was silence. With 50 Cent taking control, the story is once again in the news. His actions are forcing others to review all of the previous court files and public materials, regardless of whether he is doing so out of true support or merely to add interest. Moreover, it is becoming more and more clear that this is about more than just paternity. It is about image, power, and possibly even keeping secrets that go far beyond a single test.
Ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over.
Because when you look more closely at the chronology, it seems like something more significant is happening behind the scenes. The more pressure Rymir puts on Jay-Z's team, especially with 50 Cent on his side, the more he will fight back, using legal battles and silence instead of proof. And that quiet? It says a lot. Jay might have ruined the tale with his single cotton swab, if it had been about a young man attempting to obtain influence or a check. However, he didn't. He has let this go on for over 10 years, and each year it gets stronger. People are beginning to inquire about it now that 50 Cent is bringing it back. For example, if Wanda's claim that she first met Jay when she was 15 is accurate, there is a serious legal problem, not just a family one. Since it transcends fatherhood, this may be the reason for the media's years-long quiet. It utilizes rules pertaining to the age of consent, worries about potential exploitation, and the way that authority can stifle opposing viewpoints. Moreover, none of Jay's group is prepared to confront that storm directly. Therefore, the question of whether Jay-Z is Rymir's father is no longer the only one. The question is whether this entire matter has been purposefully hidden. And because 50 Cent is agitating the situation, providing legal assistance, and raising the stakes, it may finally be coming to a head.
Like this, like... Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year.
And that's what makes this specific situation so unique. Rymir no longer only speaks for himself. He now represents a broader idea: the ability of influential people to conceal the truth and avoid responsibility. He isn't promoting brand partnerships, mixtapes, or podcasts that aim to gain notoriety. He has been disregarded for nearly 10 years and is essentially just a man with a query supported by court records and a story from his early years. That tells you everything. You can understand why this case seems so concerning when you consider the alleged intimidation, which includes the drive-by shooting, the car in the yard, and the unsettling, surveillance-like pestering. This is far more than a paternity issue, if what Rymir and Dr. Coley are saying is accurate. People's willingness to go to great lengths to save their empires, reputations, and legacies has become a warning sign. Nor should the silence of the media be ignored. You wonder why the mainstream media won't even cover a problem with so many facets: police reports, court files, public claims, and celebrity TIs. Is there not enough evidence? Or is it the worry that powerful people will retaliate with billions of dollars? Because, as we've seen, those with the resources and connections can easily manipulate stories. Rymir isn't requesting a throne. After all that he is requesting is a DNA test. And the public will become increasingly curious about what else is being concealed the longer that easy test is avoided. This crisis is now officially bigger than Jay-Z, regardless of whether it has to do with Rymir, the long-forgotten case involving minors, or other facts that are right in front of you. This problem is with the system that allows someone to look for solutions for years and yet be disregarded.
I believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father.
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, just can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
Okay, at this point, it becomes somewhat stranger. Rymir is no longer merely battling Jay-Z with the help of his guardian, Dr. Lily Coley. The New Jersey legal system itself is now their adversary. They have sued a number of judges and public servants, alleging that the courts not only disregarded their case but deliberately attempted to thwart it. Falsified real estate records, missing court documents, and even Lily's loss of guardianship authority over Rymir are all topics of discussion. This is not merely a rumor, since they also have receipts. They have compiled schedules, court documents, and years' worth of proof demonstrating how the system allegedly protected Jay-Z whenever they were on the verge of obtaining a court order mandating a DNA test. Either something would vanish or an illogical choice would be taken. Now consider this: unless there is a valid reason, whoever sues judges. Making a choice is difficult. It is dangerous and demonstrates their seriousness about their business to sue judges and officials. Rymir and Lily are still at odds, but most people would have left by now. They are pursuing legal action as well as advocating for legislative changes. The Pro Se Equal Access to Justice Act is what they are promoting. In essence, the new law would provide ordinary citizens, particularly those who represent themselves in court, with an equal opportunity to compete with seasoned lawyers. Let's be honest, the wealthy and well-known play a totally different game in court, and that must be resolved. As a result, Jay-Z is no longer the only focus. A full-fledged legal lawsuit is emerging to expose the court system's shortcomings in protecting influential individuals. Lily and Rymir aren't out here trying to sway people. Accountability is what they seek. And for that reason, the entire tale is so strange. This case has touched on every topic, from court corruption to paternity drama. Attacks on the system that is meant to give everyone equal opportunities have become part of the battle, which has progressed beyond the celebrity. The problem is that you need hard proof before you can publicly accuse judges of corruption and file a lawsuit. There is a reason behind everything you do. You need resources, bravery, and faith that the truth is on your side. It intensifies the gravity of the problem. This is more than just a personal grievance, and money is not the main factor. It means holding people responsible in areas that aren't frequently examined, and attention should be paid to that alone. They are risking everything to discover what they think is a secret. I'm flinging it at everyone now. What do you actually believe is happening here? Is Jay-Z concealing something more important than a paternity dispute? Or is this a long-standing, accidental miscommunication gone wrong? Do you believe that 50 Cent is only engaging in his normal trolling, or is he genuinely raising awareness of a more serious issue? What are your thoughts about Lily and Rymir challenging the legal system as a whole? Is that audacity or a desperate attempt? It's daring nonetheless. Let's have a serious conversation about it. Leave your opinions below. Since our case involves power, truth, and the actual administration of justice in our nation, it goes beyond the legacy of a single celebrity. Please like and subscribe to this video if you value tales that aren't only about the headlines. I'll see you later, my stars or hushers, whichever you rock with. We're trapped in here at Star Hush. Until then, remain alert and concentrated.